Chosen one, stop scrolling. This message is not for everyone. If you're seeing this right now, something is about to happen in your life that you cannot afford to ignore. The final warning has found you. You didn't click this by accident. You didn't land here randomly. Something pulled you here. Something deeper than logic. And that something is your awakening calling you. There's a shift happening. A silent, powerful shift. And if you ignore it, you will feel it slip away. This is your moment. You were never like them. From the beginning, you felt different. Like you didn't belong in the crowd. Like your mind saw things others couldn't. And your heart felt things too deeply. They called you too much. Too emotional, too intense. But deep down, you knew it wasn't a flaw. It was a sign. The isolation was not punishment. You lost people. Friends faded. Connections broke without warning. You thought you were being rejected. But the truth is, you were being redirected. Not everyone can walk your path. Not everyone can handle your energy. They tried to silence you. Have you noticed? Every time you start rising, something tries to pull you down. Doubt, fear, distractions. Even people close to you. It's not random. It's resistance. Because your voice carries power. Your pain had a purpose. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every sleepless night. It was shaping you, not breaking you. Pain was your teacher. And now you're stronger than ever. The awakening is uncomfortable. This isn't a peaceful journey. It's messy, confusing. You question everything, even yourself. But that's how transformation works. You don't become new without shedding the old. You started seeing through lies. Things don't look the same anymore. People feel different. Energy feels louder. You notice fake smiles, hidden intentions, and it scares you at first because you can't unsee it. Your intuition is getting stronger. That gut feeling, it's not imagination. It's guidance. It's protection. You're starting to trust it more. And that's exactly what you're supposed to do. The world feels heavier now. Crowds drain you. Noise overwhelms you. You crave silence. You crave meaning. Because your soul is evolving. And it's rejecting what no longer aligns. You're being prepared for something bigger. This isn't random growth. This isn't coincidence. You're being trained. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. For something bigger than you can see right now. The old you is fading away. You don't react the same anymore. You don't chase the same things. What once mattered feels empty now. And that's not loss. That's evolution. People will misunderstand you. They will call you weird, distant, changed. And they're right. You have changed. But they won't understand why. Because they're not where you are. You're not meant to fit in. Stop trying. Stop shrinking yourself. You were never designed to blend in. You were meant to stand out. Different isn't wrong. Different is power. The fear is a test. Right now, you feel fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of stepping into your true self. But listen carefully. Fear is the doorway. If you ignore this, it will hurt more. You can pretend this isn't happening. You can go back to comfort. But it won't feel right anymore. It will feel forced. Because once you awaken, there is no going back. Your energy is changing. People feel it. even if they don't say it. Some are drawn to you. Others are pushed away. That's not your problem. That's your frequency shifting. You are breaking generational patterns. You're not just changing your life. You're ending cycles. Patterns that ran for years. Maybe even generations. That's why it feels heavy. Because it's bigger than you. The silence is speaking to you. When everything goes quiet, that's when the truth gets loud. Your soul speaks in silence, not in noise. Listen closely. You already know the answers. You were chosen for a reason. Not by accident. Not by luck. There's something inside you that the world needs. But first, you need to accept it yourself. The discomfort means growth. If it feels uncomfortable, you're doing it right. Growth isn't easy. Transformation isn't gentle. It breaks you open, so you can rebuild stronger. You're closer than you think. Right now, you might feel lost, but you're not lost. You're aligning. Everything is falling into place, even if it doesn't look like it. This is your turning point. This moment matters more than you realize. You either ignore this, or you step into your power. There is no middle ground anymore. Your time is now. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. Because the longer you wait, the louder the calling will become. You already know what to do. Deep down, you've always known. You've just been afraid. Afraid to fully step into it. But fear can't control you anymore. Nothing will ever be the same again. Once you accept this truth, everything changes. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you live. And that's exactly what's meant to happen. You are not alone, even if it feels like it. Even if no one around you understands. There are others like you, walking the same path, awakening at the same time. This is bigger than you. Your journey is not just about you. It's about impact, purpose. You're here to shift something, to awaken something. The final warning: if you ignore this, life will keep pushing you, harder, louder, until you finally listen. Because your purpose will not let you stay asleep. Step into who you truly are. This is your moment. Your calling. Stop doubting. Stop running. You are ready. The pressure you feel is not normal. Lately, everything feels intense. Even small things feel overwhelming. Your emotions are deeper. Your thoughts are louder. It's not chaos. It's expansion. You are outgrowing your old self. You're detaching without trying. Things you once loved don't excite you anymore. Conversations feel empty. Places feel unfamiliar. You're not becoming cold. You're becoming aligned. Your soul is choosing truth over comfort. Your circle is getting smaller. You've noticed it. Fewer people, less noise. And at first it hurts. But look closer. The connections you have now feel real. Because your energy no longer entertains the fake. You can feel energy without words. You walk into a room and instantly feel the vibe. You know who's genuine and who's pretending. No one has to say anything. You just know. That's not overthinking. That's awareness. You're questioning everything. Beliefs, systems, people. Things you once accepted blindly now feel questionable. And it scares you. Because your mind is breaking free from everything it was programmed to believe. You feel called to something higher. There's this pull inside you. You can't explain it, but it's there, constant, persistent, like something is waiting for you to step into it. And the more you ignore it, the stronger it gets. Your old life is calling you back. Comfort tries to pull you back. Old habits, old patterns. It whispers, stay where it's safe. But your soul says, move forward. And that conflict, that's your transformation. You're learning to let go. Not everything is meant to stay. Not everyone is meant to stay. And that's okay. Letting go doesn't mean losing. It means making space for what truly belongs to you. Your strength is being tested. Challenges are showing up. Unexpected, intense. And you're tired. But listen, this isn't to break you. It's to reveal your strength. The strength you didn't even know you had. You're becoming more aware of time. Time feels different now. Faster, more valuable. You start realizing you can't waste it anymore. You feel urgency, like something needs to happen soon. Because it does. You're starting to trust yourself more. Before, you doubted everything. Every decision, every feeling. Now, something is shifting. You're listening to yourself, and it's guiding you right. Because your inner voice has always known the way. The masks around you are falling. People can't pretend forever. Sooner or later, their true selves show. And now, you're seeing it clearly. No filters, no illusions. And that clarity, it's your power. You're no longer chasing approval. You don't need validation anymore. You don't need permission. You're not here to please everyone. You're here to be real, to be true. And that scares people, because most are still pretending. Your silence is becoming powerful. You don't feel the need to explain yourself, to argue, to prove. You've realized not everyone deserves your energy. Sometimes silence says more than words ever could. You're breaking free from fear. Slowly, fear is losing its grip on you. Things that once held you back don't feel as strong anymore. And you start to see fear was never the enemy. It was the illusion. You're becoming who you were meant to be. Not who they told you to be. Not who society expected. But who you truly are. And that journey, it's not easy. But it's real. And it's worth everything. The signs are everywhere now. You see patterns. Numbers, synchronicities. Moments that feel too perfect to be random. And they're not. They're reminders that you're on the right path. You're feeling the urgency to act. Waiting doesn't feel right anymore. Delaying feels heavy. You feel pushed to finally move, to finally decide. Because this isn't the time to hesitate. You're no longer who you used to be. And you never will be again. That version of you is gone. And even if you tried, you couldn't go back. Because your soul has already moved forward. You feel watched, but not in fear. Sometimes it feels like something is observing you. Not to harm you, but to witness you. Like your life has meaning beyond what you see. Like your actions are being noted. It's not paranoia. It's awareness expanding. You're realizing your existence matters. Your dreams are becoming messages. Your sleep isn't just rest anymore. It's communication, strange dreams, powerful symbols, things that stay with you after you wake up. Pay attention. Your subconscious is speaking truths your waking mind can't process yet. You're feeling pulled towards solitude. Being alone doesn't feel lonely anymore. It feels necessary. You crave your own space, your own energy. Because in solitude, you hear yourself clearly, and that clarity is changing you. You're not reacting the same anymore. Situations that once triggered you now feel different. You pause. You observe. You respond with awareness. That's growth. That's control. You're starting to see your worth. You're no longer settling. No longer accepting less. You see your value now. And that changes everything. Because once you know your worth, you can't be manipulated the same way again. You're becoming emotionally independent. You don't rely on others to feel okay anymore. Your peace is coming from within. And that's powerful, because no one can take that from you. You're letting go of the need to explain yourself. Not everyone will understand you. And that's fine. You've stopped trying to convince people. Stop trying to prove your truth. Because you know, real ones will feel it. You're feeling a shift in your priorities. What once felt important now feels meaningless. Material things, superficial goals, they don't satisfy you anymore. You're searching for depth, for purpose. You're realizing who truly supports you. Not everyone claps for you. Not everyone wants to see you grow. And now, you see it clearly. Who's real? Who's not? And that clarity is protecting you. You're becoming more disciplined. You're starting to control your habits, your thoughts, your actions. Not perfectly, but consciously. Because you understand now. Your life reflects your choices. And you're choosing differently. You're feeling the weight of your purpose. It's not light. It's not easy. Sometimes it feels overwhelming. Like you're carrying something heavy. Something important. Because you are. Purpose isn't meant to be comfortable. You're breaking out of old cycles. Patterns that once repeated are ending. Toxic behaviors, unhealthy attachments. You're saying no. Finally. And that's where your freedom begins. You're not afraid to walk alone anymore. Even if no one understands you. Even if no one supports you. You keep going. Because you'd rather walk alone in truth than be surrounded by illusion. You're becoming more present. You notice things more. Small details. Moments, feelings. You're not lost in distraction anymore. You're here. Aware. And that presence is powerful. You're feeling a deep inner peace and then chaos. Some days, you feel completely at peace. Like everything makes sense. And then suddenly, confusion returns. That's the process. Peace and chaos, working together to transform you. You're understanding that not everyone will make it with you. Some people will stay behind, not because they're bad, but because they're not ready. And you have to accept that. Growth sometimes means outgrowing people. You're no longer controlled by external noise. Opinions don't shake you like before. Judgment doesn't break you. Because your focus is internal now. You know who you are becoming. And that's enough. You're realizing your power has always been within. It was never outside. never in others. Everything you were searching for was already inside you. You just had to awaken to it. You're being guided, even when it feels unclear. Not everything makes sense right now. And it doesn't have to. You're still being led. Step by step. Moment by moment. Trust the process. You're standing at the edge of transformation. This is it. The moment before everything changes. You can feel it. The tension. The anticipation. You're right at the edge. You feel the shift before it happens. There are moments where everything goes still. No noise. No distraction. Just a quiet knowing that something is about to change. And you can feel it in your chest, like energy building. That's not anxiety. That's transformation approaching. You're starting to see your past differently. Things that once hurt you now make sense. You're connecting the dots. Why it happened. Why it had to happen. And instead of pain, you feel understanding. That's healing. You're not seeking revenge anymore. You don't feel the need to prove anything to anyone, to get back at those who hurt you, because you've realized your growth is the answer. Your peace is the victory. And that's something they can never take from you. You're becoming comfortable with the unknown. Before, you needed answers, certainty, control. Now, you're learning to trust, even when you don't understand, even when the path isn't clear. Because deep down, you know you're being guided. You're reclaiming your energy. You're pulling back from draining people, from toxic environments, from anything that doesn't align. And with every step back, you feel stronger, more in control, because your energy is your greatest asset. You're seeing through illusions instantly. No more second guessing. No more confusion. You see things as they are. Intentions, lies, patterns. It's clear now. And even if the truth is uncomfortable, you prefer it over illusion. You're no longer afraid of being alone. Loneliness used to scare you. But now, you understand it. Alone doesn't mean empty. Alone means focused, aligned, connected to yourself. You're starting to move in silence. Less talking, more doing. You don't announce your plans anymore. You build quietly, because you've learned. Not everyone needs access to your journey. Some things are meant to grow in silence. You're feeling the pull to change your life completely. Not small changes, big ones. Lifestyle, habits, direction. It feels drastic, but necessary, because the life you're living now can't hold the person you're becoming. You're becoming unrecognizable to your old self. If the old you saw you now, they wouldn't believe it. The mindset, the strength, the awareness. You've evolved, and you're still evolving. You're trusting your path, even without validation. No applause, no confirmation, just you and your belief. And that's enough, because you've stopped looking outside for approval. You trust yourself now. You're letting go without needing closure. Not every story gets an ending. Not every question gets answered. And you've accepted that. You're moving forward without needing explanations, because your peace matters more. You're realizing that delays were protection. Things didn't happen when you wanted. Doors didn't open. Opportunities didn't work out. And now, You understand why. It wasn't rejection. It was protection. You're feeling a strong inner voice guiding you. It speaks quietly, but clearly, telling you what feels right and what doesn't. And the more you listen, the stronger it becomes. This is your compass. You're becoming more intentional with everything. Your time, your energy, your choices. Nothing is random anymore. You move with purpose because you understand. Every action shapes your reality. You're no longer ignoring red flags. You see them instantly now. In people, in situations, and instead of hoping it will change, you walk away. That's self-respect. That's growth. You're learning to protect your peace. Not everything deserves a reaction. Not everything deserves your attention. You choose calm. You choose silence. You choose yourself. You're accepting that growth feels lonely sometimes. This path isn't crowded. Few people truly understand it. And that's okay. Because this journey was never meant for everyone. It was meant for you. You're finally seeing your true potential. Not what others said you could be, but what you feel inside. There's something powerful in you. Something undeniable. And now, you're starting to believe it. You're standing at the door of your new life. Right here. Right now. This is the moment. The space between who you were and who you're becoming. You can feel it. The door is in front of you. Your soul is asking for a decision. Not later. Not someday. Now. You can feel it pressing you. Quietly but constantly. Stay the same. Or step into who you're meant to be. There is no comfort in standing still anymore. You're being forced to outgrow your old life. Things are falling apart. Plans aren't working. People are changing. Nothing feels stable. But this isn't destruction. It's redirection. Your old life cannot contain your new self. You feel like you don't recognize your reality anymore. What once felt normal now feels strange. You look around, and something feels off. That's because your awareness has expanded. You're no longer asleep. You're starting to see your true path clearly. Not fully, but enough. Enough to feel it. Enough to know it's real. And even if it scares you, you can't ignore it anymore, because it keeps calling you forward. You're being pushed out of your comfort zone. Situations are forcing you to grow, to act, to decide. You can't hide anymore, because comfort is no longer safe for you. Growth is. You're feeling a deep urge to change everything. Your routine, your environment, your mindset, everything. It's not random. It's your soul aligning you with your true path. You're realizing that you've been playing small, holding back, doubting yourself, hiding your true power. But now, you see it, and you can't unsee it. You were never meant to be small. You're breaking free from old identities. Labels that once defined you no longer fit. Roles you once played feel false now. You're shedding them, layer by layer, becoming something real. You're feeling energy shifts around you. People act different. Situations feel different. Even your surroundings feel changed. That's because your frequency is rising, and everything around you is responding to it. You're being called to take action. No more waiting. No more overthinking. You feel it inside. That push to finally move, to finally start. Because this isn't the time to hesitate anymore. You're not meant to live an average life. You feel it. That resistance to normal, to ordinary routines. Because your path is not average. It's different. It's deeper. And it requires courage. You're letting go of who you thought you had to be. Expectations, society's rules, other people's opinions. You're releasing them because you've realized they were never truly yours. You're finally listening to yourself. That voice inside you. You hear it now, clearer than ever. And instead of ignoring it, you're following it, step by step. You're feeling both fear and excitement at the same time. It's strange. You're scared, but also excited. Like you know something big is coming. That's because you're stepping into the unknown. And that's where your growth lives. You're realizing that this moment matters. This exact moment. Right now. It's not random. It's a turning point. A decision point. Everything after this depends on what you choose. You're standing face to face with your truth. No distractions. No illusions. Just you. And your reality. You can see it clearly now. What you need to do. What you need to become. You're being asked to trust yourself fully. Not halfway. Not sometimes. Fully. Even when it's hard. Even when it's uncertain. Because your path requires belief. You're realizing that no one is coming to save you. No external rescue. No sudden miracle. It's you. You are the answer. You are the shift. And once you accept that, everything changes. You're ready, even if you don't feel like it. You might doubt it, feel unprepared. But deep down, you know, you're ready. You've been preparing for this your entire life. You're one step away from everything changing. Just one decision, one action, one moment of courage, and everything shifts. Your life, your direction, your reality. The door is still open, but not forever. This opportunity, this moment, it won't wait. You either walk through it or watch it close. And deep down, you already know what you need to do. You can feel the deadline without knowing the date. There's pressure building, not from outside, but within. Like time is moving faster. Like something is counting down. You don't know when, but you know it's close. And that feeling, it's not random. You're being pulled between two versions of yourself. One side wants comfort, familiarity, safety. The other wants growth, expansion, truth. And the tension between them is exhausting. But only one of them is real. You're realizing comfort was a cage. What felt safe was actually limiting you, keeping you small, keeping you stuck. And now, you see it clearly. Freedom doesn't feel comfortable at first, but it's real. You're not the same person anymore, and they can feel it. People notice the shift. They might not say it, but they feel it. Your energy is different. Your presence is stronger. And not everyone knows how to handle that. You're starting to outgrow your environment. The places you once fit in now feel too small, too limiting. You feel the urge to move, to change, because your growth requires a new space. You're no longer distracted by what used to trap you. Things that once pulled your attention no longer have the same power. Distractions, noise, they feel empty now because your focus is shifting to something deeper. You're beginning to choose yourself without guilt. You're saying no more often, choosing your peace, protecting your energy. And for the first time, you don't feel guilty about it because you understand now. You matter too. You're feeling a silent confidence growing. Not loud, not forced. This is your moment, not tomorrow, not someday, right now. If you felt this message in your chest, if something inside you woke up while watching this, then this is your sign. This is the confirmation you've been waiting for. Don't scroll past your destiny. Don't ignore what your soul is screaming at you anymore. Type "I am ready" in the comments if you're done playing small and ready to step into your true power. I want to see who's really awakening right now. Hit like if you refuse to go back to the old version of yourself. And subscribe to Chosen Wave because this is just the beginning, and you already know you're meant for more. The real question is, are you going to answer the call or ignore it again?